Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Spoken, the things that he has said that are valid and that are for us to understand, love, and embrace. So, with that said right there, I've heard a lot of people say that these brothers are not of love. I'm feeling more love from them than I've ever felt in any denomination that I've ever been a part of. Even more so, because it is very unusual or unseen to see brothers that come together that are so close, willing to lay down their life for you, the way we're supposed to be willing to lay down our lives for even our wives. So, in one of the meetings the other day, I was just thinking, you know, speaking of wives, you know, I saw this video once before, and it was this lady. She was beautifully black chocolate woman, beautifully in this white wedding gown. And I have a friend who is right now in the process of getting ready to propose to his sweetheart. But this was a wedding ceremony, and this female had gotten down on her knees in this gorgeous, just beautiful white gown, and the brother was standing next to her in his tuxedo. And the words that this woman spoke to this man, it almost brought me to tears. Of just seeing this woman say, let's say his name was Kyle, let's just say Kyle. And she was saying, Kyle, I will always love you. I will submit to you, Kyle. I will put you first before me, Kyle. I will be willing to do this for you. I will obey you. I will follow you to the end of this world. I will do this. And she was just going on, and my heart just broke. I just broke. I said, oh God. And then the man turned around and said, I will die for you. It was just so spiritual. This woman, I said, now that is the type of woman I would be willing to put my life on the line for. But I see so many. She's talking about, I'll be there to the end. I am your woman. This woman just went on, and it was so real. And it was real. I said, that's the kind of love that a man would be willing to die for, or lay his life down for. I said, but when you see marriages going on and more on, person make those, now they don't even make those kind of statements. They run away from the word submission. But this woman was using these words, and she was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. She was just so beautiful and feminine, and just a lovely woman. And I said, I don't know a man alive that would not be willing to lay his life down for such a woman that really believed. And from the things that she said, I just can't believe that she was down on her knees too, but you couldn't tell because her dress was just laid out. She was just, she was gorgeous. That's the kind of love that the marriage is supposed to represent, the representation between the Creator and the bride. So, but we see marriages, I've seen people go from one marriage to the next marriage to the next marriage, just telling these lies over and over and over and over and over and over. And they think, what man, after you've done that so many times, what man will fall for that garbage when you're told the lie 5 or 6 times? Not to the man, you told these lies to God. You told these lies to the Creator of all things, that, oh, you made a mistake. No, the problem is, you're the problem. You are the problem. Till death do you part, sickness, health, good and bad and all this kind of stuff. You just lied over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't cross your mind that you're a liar. Oh, you just had to get out of that. No. But anyway, I don't want to take the attention off the fact of what marriage is supposed to be about, biblically speaking. But sometimes, because I have not seen this being held to the standard of which it was intended, I suppose, it makes me wonder, is this ordained by God? Because it just seems to be a travesty and a big joke sometimes, most of the time. And it happens over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm sad to say that I've had to be a part of that. So, with that said, brothers, if you are interested in finding out more about Islam, I would suggest to you, be about it. Don't be afraid. Don't believe the things that people are saying about Islam. I would think that you would want to be a part of a serious organization that takes its beliefs and its organization seriously. I do, but I don't want to be a stumbling block for anyone. Okay, a stumbling block to cause the image of the organization to go down. Okay, so I have to take seriously accountability for myself and concern and thoughts and what have you, in schools of thought, to consider, as I take this step. And I'm not looking that I have to be perfect, but I certainly want to strive for perfection. And if that is your desire, to strive to be able to do better. No one says you have to be better, because none of us are. None. Okay? But we should have a desire to want to be a part of the answer and not the problem. And we should be willing to try to be a part of a movement that is going to make life better for us. And right now, we're at a point in this country to where if we don't learn to look past our differences, if we're not able to do that, I think we're doomed. We have to be able to unite, which means we're going to have to look past our differences and see where we and what we have in common. If we don't do that, I think that God would allow this to happen as a plan, intentionally, to force us, to force your hands to have to depend on your brothers and your sisters to be able to come together as a family unit and as a community, and as the Spirit of God leads us to be united and not divided. I don't think any of us are going to get out of this place without reaching for unity and acceptance of all men, all men and women, acceptance of all. Because if they're here, God allowed them to be here. This is his creation, and we are all different for God's reasoning, and that has nothing to do with what's going on in your hand. You do not have the opportunity or the choice of being the God that decides you're going to weed the harvest. You're going to harvest and decide who's a weed and who's the fruit or who's the vegetable or whatever. You know, this is a crop that God will take care of that, and that's not you per se. It's not in your hands to do that. It is God's hand according to nature that would occur anyway. Okay, so with that said, at the end of this day, I want to grant you peace. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.